Beep, 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 boop, boop.
What is it? Headlines.
Are we recording?
Yeah, of course.
Well, you didn't ask for a test.
Well, I felt confident as we were discussing things before.
Mm-hmm.
I was fully assessing all.
Always assessing.
As I always am. Ever judging.
You're an assessor.
I saw the Wonder Womans.
Oh, yeah.
Plural.
Mm-hmm.
It was the sequel.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Yes, I think so too. Yeah. I mean, I could have done with the whole movie. I could have done with the whole movie like, you know how Captain America's main story, like his story is that he was manufactured to be an American hero via science. Mm-hmm. And so his origin really is in the World War.
Yeah.
Right? Diana's origin is on this island. And I just wanted to see more of this island.
I liked her growing up. That whole section I thought was really cool.
I'm saying I could do with the whole movie in the same way that like I say he's sort of hatching like a baby chick in that World War. But this is where she grew up. And I would have loved to see more of it.
I think she becomes Wonder Woman in the war. I mean, she's growing up. She becomes a princess of that island.
Yeah. I'm saying
I think her origin story is that war. That's where she becomes a hero.
Well, I think that
because there's no conflict in there.
There's a slider. No, I'm saying that there's another way to approach this. Like I really like the mythic themes, and I would have loved to see more myth. Like even more myth.
Yeah. The only problem I had was with the villain. I think, spoiler warning, there's a bad guy in it, and he has a dumb mustache.
That's a spoiler.
Did you have a problem with his mustache? Like at the end, when he's the big bad guy, you should stop listening now if you don't want minor spoilers.
You're saying he should shave.
Well, it looks dumb to be like, oh, I am the great, Ares, and then he's got like this mustache.
Wait, he's
got this like British mustache. It looked so dumb.
Soup catcher.
Yeah, soup catcher.
It's possible.
He looks like what's that show? He looks like the dad from that cartoon.
The Wild Thornberries?
The Wild Thornberries, yes, thank you. That's all I could picture the whole last.
That is not a.
No.
That's not what one is looking for.
Yeah, and then even when he puts the mask on, I'm like, oh, thank God he's got a helmet on now.
But you can still
see the mustache.
No, but it's like, but he's sort of carved out a part of the mustache.
Yeah, and I even thought that was really cool where he puts his fingers in there and carves out.
There is a lot of cool.
But then there's that goddamn mustache. He looks like that dad.
Yeah, and it's like, and then the accent's
there.
And the
accent is there like... That was not a bad guy.
It's a problem. Well, and there's another character in Rugrats that's like that too.
Yes.
If you've ever seen the movies. I don't know. The Rugrats movies are really great.
Rugrats is fantastic.
I don't know if you've ever seen these fucking movies.
Yeah.
They're killer. I went and saw them. I mean, I actually went and saw that shit in the theater. I didn't even have kids. Like maybe that's not good.
No.
Maybe that's not a cool thing to do. Yeah, so we gotta jump in here, man. We gotta deliver. We have to kick the flavor.
Yeah.
Like Stephen King writes horror.
My family is going to go see Despicable Me 3, I think, today.
And you're not?
I don't like that series. I don't like the Minions. I know I'm supposed to.
Well, no, listen. I understand why a person might not like the Minions. I mean, that
really bother me.
I can't imagine a universe in which... Well, let's take a look real quick at the Minions movie box office. It's just like... What the fuck are you talking about? What in the hell?
G-Money.
This is G-Money. Look at this shit. What the fuck? What the fuck?
People love these goddamn Minions.
$74 million budget.
Okay.
Listen. It's like half Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Right? Thereabouts. Guess how much money this fucking thing made. Guess.
I don't know.
Minions, literally, this is not even a Despicable Me movie.
Right, this is just the Minions.
This is just like a spin-off movie, an act of fucking aggression.
What is it?
No, just guess.
$300 million.
Yeah, $336 million in the U.S. You know how much it made global?
No.
More. $1.16 billion.
Lord.
So that's why they keep fucking shoving these into every hole in your face.
Yeah, I don't need to see the new Despicable Me.
Well, my larvae are down. The second Despicable Me movie has problems. The first Despicable Me movie is killer.
Mm-hmm.
It's killer, just like Home.
Yeah. Just like Home.
Just like Home, another great movie. I know you enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's something we enjoy together, right?
I don't think the first one was bad. It wasn't great, and I didn't like the second one at all, and so I really don't need to see the third one.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I think there's again, I would think that there's a matter of diminishing returns at some point.
Yeah. Not financially.
God, even financially. I mean, I assume even Shrek began to crater at a certain point.
Yeah.
Once they had created the 40th.
I'm sure they'll reboot it.
Oh, God. Dude, that's what's going to happen. God, I think that this is how you become a grandpa.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to have grandchildren.
Right.
I think that you become a grandpa when they do a reboot of a children's animated feature.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Well, here, so at the end of the day, it's about creation.
About creation. I played more of the Zelda DLC this weekend.
Do you get some cool clothes?
I got some cool clothes, and I started the Trials of the Sword.
And what do they do? Do they grant you
the clothes?
The clothes are all custom.
Yeah.
But what do the trials like? What do you do to the Master Sword in these trials?
To start the trials, you have to put the sword back in the stone.
Like you have to go back into the forest?
Yeah, you go talk to the Deku Tree, and he's like, "Hey, I can make the sword stronger if you complete these trials." And so you put the sword back in the stone, and it takes away all your armor, all your weapons, everything, and it starts putting you in. It puts you in, like this. It looks like a chamber, one of these shrines.
It's a battle shrine.
That, like a holographic outdoor environment has been built inside of it.
Oh, weird.
With goblins and stuff. And once you defeat all the enemies on one floor, a portal opens up and you go to the next floor, right? And then after 7 floors, there was a break where I could cook. Like anything I had collected, I could cook, and there was a chest that had a sword.
Oh, but there's mats?
Yeah, there's some mats, but you only get the stuff you can keep, or the stuff you can find in each floor.
Weird.
Yeah, it's really cool. And if you die, you have to start over at the beginning.
Oh, how deep is it?
I got to floor 9 last night before I died.
Wowza. So, but you don't have any of your shit.
No.
Are you like whacking on people with sticks? And
the first room just has a stick and a bunch of guys that you have to kill. Like, you have to figure out how to solve each room is like a combat puzzle, basically.
So do you have to come after this shit like with maximum blocks and?
Yeah, you got to use whatever you have. Stop time. Use the magnetism to grab stuff. Any weapons you can use.
Nice. Magneto
style. But yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
It got me playing it again. So.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's it. And I think that like so we have neighbor girls that they moved away like to St. Louis. And now they're back. It's like Ronya's best friend, basically. It's like, but literally next door, like the next house.
Wow.
It used to be like across the street.
Yeah.
And so it was like, Ronya, wait till I can come out there with you to go over there. Now it's like fucking the next.
So they moved out of their house to St. Louis and then moved back to their same neighborhood into a house next door to you?
Well, they actually own both of those. They owned both of those houses.
Oh, look at
their
these
mom
people.
lived across the street.
Fancy.
Well, no, it was their
I
mom's
hang out
house.
with people who own 2 houses.
No, so that's not what's happening here. So
it's kind of what it feels like.
Well, that's not what's happening. So temper yourself. So on one side, they owned it. They got it. They got that house basically to take care of their mom.
Oh.
Who had lived across the street. That's the real story.
This is a sad story about the mom.
You monster.
Where'd the mom go?
Just listen.
Have you seen these commercials
the
for
story's not about that.
A Place for Mom?
What are you talking about?
There's a commercial we see every night.
It's such a problem that...
It's called A Place for Mom. It's like a retirement home. And it's like, where the fuck is Dad?
Well,
what about A Place for Dad?
Statistically speaking, dead.
Dad is probably dead. But it's like, it's so obvious that Dad's dead that we don't even have to pretend that this is a place for anyone other than Mom. Let's just call it A Place for Mom because your dad's fucking dead.
Exactly. It's like this is a place to go. This is a place for your mom to go after your dad dies. Is another name for the service.
Because everybody, I guess you're going to have that conversation, right? We're like, boy, we really need a place for Mom. Wait, haven't you heard of that? Place for Mom?
Well, what's funny is that if you go to Place for Mom and You go to the website. Here's mom, obviously, but then there's this like older gentleman who's got his arm around her. It's like, who's
that?
this fucking guy?
Who's this guy?
What kind of services does this place have?
Moms love it. Yeah, I bet they do.
Yeah. Gee, it's a second, you know what I mean? It's another bite at the apple.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. As a dad,
well,
I don't like this place for mom.
But you'll be.
I'll be dead. Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
And they're gonna need a place for mom.
Hold on. No, this is a weird one.
What?
Okay. So they have 97% of customers recommend our services. Think about what's going on with this phrase. You are a great help. We really appreciate you and a place for mom. This is from Jerry H. looking for senior living for his wife in Denver, Colorado.
So
yeah, fucking wrap your head around that.
Wait a second.
Let that dark egg hatch.
This is a place for dads to get rid of the moms.
No, see, I was saying you had it all wrong. You were like, "Hey, what about dad?" And you're like, "No, wait a second. This is a place for you." It's like putting your wife on an Apollo mission or something. It's like I'm done thinking about this.
Yeah, dad's fly fishing in Montana.
Don't worry about dad.
He's fine.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah, and dude, and this motherfucker's got the biggest smile too.
Yeah, I bet he does.
He's like, "Oh man, I really appreciate you and a place for my wife."
A place for nags. I mean, mom, what?
Oh my God. Dude, yeah, so we did not... The hole goes deeper.
Yeah, it does.
The hole goes...
I guess there's a lot of people who want to get rid of a mom for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, and each of these moms has unique needs.
Yeah.
And they're ready.
But they have one thing in common. They're a mom. And now there's a place for them.
Oh, God. Yeah, they're learning the wrong lessons here. So Despicable Me 1 only made like $550 million. Despicable Me 2 made $970.8 million. And then just the Minions movie made over $1 billion. Like, why would you not make as many of these as possible?
You have to, yeah.
I mean, until they grind this thing straight into the earth.
Right.
Horrifying. This is a dystopia. We invented hell.
It's full of minions?
Okay. No, it's just... God, I was fucking around with Facebook Spaces. Are you familiar with that?
I don't know anything about Facebook.
Well, me either. I mean, I had to like sign in. It was weird. I guess people are trying to get a hold of me on there all the time.
Oh.
But anyway, I went in there, and so obviously Oculus is owned by Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a VR experience. And I didn't really understand it at first because I don't use Facebook all the time. If you use Facebook all the time, this is ballin'.
Okay.
Like it balls out of control.
What is it?
Well, it's basically a way to use Facebook in VR, but it has some really neat twists. So I was in there with somebody who has Facebook. I was in there with Eric.
Eric who?
Benson, the guy I write the C-Team stuff with.
Okay.
And so he actually has some photos on there.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like reaching in and getting these photos and giving me these photos to look at.
What did he look like?
He made a version of himself that looked like himself in there.
It's like a me?
Yeah, it's like a me. Except the facial stuff and the way they figure out the arms and torso is really, really good.
So you build a custom avatar.
Yeah, and then you can basically interact with Facebook. And so all the 360 content, all the 360 video content, you take it and then you put it on the middle of the table. There's like a lazy Susan. And then when you put it in there, if it's video content, then it completely surrounds you. So now you're all watching this 3D video content.
Wild.
Together. And it's like, now you're on this icy thing. And it's like, oh, okay, well, here's a cool place on the earth that we can look at together. And then it's like, if I take a picture and put it on that center thing, it blows it up real big so we can all look at it.
Huh.
Like, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
But you can do really weird stuff. Like, you can use Facebook Messenger in there. Except
you also talk to them?
Yeah. So you can, like, do a video call with somebody, except you're a virtual version of you. And then, but you have it on this screen. You can take it and move it around.
Weird.
And then, but then there's also a selfie stick.
Why?
And so I don't know. And so he's taking it's not yourself. And so he has it, and he's taking all these pictures of himself, and they're just stacking up. And then he's like, "Hey, look at this one. Look at this one." And I was like, "This is hell."
But
Like we invented hell. So then I started taking the selfies and just making a fort out of selfies to protect me from the selfies.
what the fuck?
It was weird. It got weird so fast. Like,
Why would you need a selfie stick in a virtual?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's about the types of usage cases for Facebook.
Yeah.
That, I mean, again, I have lots of ways to interact with people socially in a VR context. They tend to be based around games,
Yeah.
right? But these are the things that people would actually do, and I didn't understand it until I saw it.
But would
Like,
the
how
people
powerful.
who would do that ever put on a VR helmet?
I'm not sure. I think the actual play and a lot of the technology would be maintained.
Yeah.
I think AR is a much bigger. I think people have to keep their eye on that ball.
Even then, I feel like, I mean, Facebook, the sort of person I picture on Facebook is like my mom, right? Like, I can't imagine her putting on a VR rig and showing people pictures.
And Brenna gets sick very fast in there. It's not,
Yeah.
it isn't true for Elliot, and it's not true for me, and it's not true for Ronya. But
Yeah.
but Brenna gets sick really fast in there. And also, she kind of resents Facebook anyway.
Yeah.
It's like having a job.
Kara deleted it.
Yeah, I suspect that her life has improved.
Yeah. It has. Very much.
You know what I mean? Oh, is this more family shit?
Mm-hmm.
That was like the channel they could use to
Abuse her.
try to
yeah.
manipulate her.
Yeah.
Awesome times. So, which of these flavors is the most savory?
Have we discussed any flavors?
Hmm.
Talked about Facebook. Talked about movies.
Yeah,
Talked about...
Minions. I don't have any need to see that. You get roped into this shit.
Well, that's the nice thing about summer break is they can go all see this shit during the day, and
And you're safe.
I don't have to. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I can see myself. Honestly, I can see myself going down to Ballard, buying 2 tickets, just putting the kids in there, and then coming back to get them.
Mm.
I like everything about this plan.
Yeah, my parents
feel
would
like I
drop
just-
me off.
I feel like, oh, yeah, me too. Now I totally understand why.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here,
Leave me alone.
please.
Yeah, they would drop me off at either Newport Cinemas.
Oh,
or...
yeah. You know what? Newport is nothing now.
What?
Yeah, it's like Newport, because we used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
We'd see those crazy late movies, and then, like, the way that I would have to pay you for the ride to the theater was I had to scrape the windows.
Right.
But I was very good at breaking the
You
scraper.
beat my scraper against the window until it broke. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was great. It was great.
great.
Times.
It was good
It
times.
was a good time for me. The scraper obviously suffered
Yeah.
deeply
Yeah. You broke it
in
into pieces.
insofar as
Yeah.
it ceased to be a scraper.
Yeah. It wasn't usable anymore.
No, it was just shards at a certain
Yeah.
point. Where's it going with this? Oh,
I don't
anyway,
know.
it's literally just like a featureless, Italian fascist era architecture. It's just like a box,
Yeah.
and then a huge parking lot that's almost all grass.
Really? It's all overgrown and shit.
Yeah,
now?
there wasn't anything out there.
That surprises
But
me.
I mean, it makes sense to me. What I don't understand is like Patterson's,
Yeah, how does Patterson survive?
which
Who's going roller skating in 2017?
God, I wonder if it's still. I mean, I wonder if there's still like skate night. Like,
Assumes? What else are
dude,
they doing?
I'm here
in
to tell you right now, skate night is fraught. It's like
Yeah.
it was a very complicated thing because over here they got Gauntlet,
Right.
and then over here, there are young women that you might like,
Yeah.
and then let's imagine a scenario where somehow you get to couple skate,
Mm.
and then you just fucking wreck her.
Like you just drag her down. Yeah.
It is
That's not attractive.
God, it's not great. It is
Yeah.
a bad experience.
Yeah.
It's like dude, listen, it would be bad enough if that happened just like in a pocket universe
right.
where it's like there would be sufficient shame there.
But it happens in front of all the other kids.
but I mean, listen, they said things. Well, also the reason that Newport was important is that you would go there and you would see a movie like on a date.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And it's just like, is this the process? Is this the process of growing up that people travel through your memories one by one and transform them into graveyards? Is that is that what this is? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, thank you.
I don't like it.
No, thank you. But for some reason, Patterson's is still there. And I heard, did you ever go to any of these?
I went to one in 5th grade because Carrie
went to them-
Havercroft went.
I went to them constantly.
And I was so horrified.
Would Brenna know who Carrie Havercroft was?
Yes.
If I asked her?
She would hate Carrie Havercroft.
Really?
It, yeah.
You think so?
I bet you money. If you texted her right now.
Here, I'm going to. How's it spelled? Do you know?
Oh my God, I don't know. Well, now I feel bad because like somebody might look her up and she's probably a nice woman now. Like she's probably fucking 40 years old.
Well, no, like every other person, they're all fine.
Yeah. Havercroft, maybe?
Let's see.
Well, I think in fifth grade, I think they were friends. It wasn't until junior high that.
Yeah, talking to Brenna, there were some pretty seismic social events.
Junior high was bad for our group.
Well, yeah, I mean, to hear her tell it, there was like this period of time. What's her name? Starts with a D.
Desiree.
Yeah, Desiree. Yeah, you know.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
There was a period of time where it sounds like Desiree sort of felt like their crew was like ready to go major. Like, yeah. And it's like, she was like, the case that she was trying to make is that, hey, we can be the popular kids. We can do this. Like, we can get in there. And I think that it was true for some of them and not all of them.
Yeah.
And so, but part of it, it's almost like the Scientology principle of like excommunicating the people that you know.
Oh, right.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was weird times.
Yeah, it sounds bad. Well, anyway.
I remember that because I was seventh grade at junior high. They had a section for us, like a smoking section for the kids.
What?
Yeah, out behind.
No, that's true.
Remember that?
Remember that. Yeah.
I thought that was odd.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, we should write something.
Oh, yeah. I'm pulling up the Streep now.
Not that I haven't enjoyed this.
The Meryl Streep.
Trip down memory lane.
Well, we can always come back to the EverRoast.
Yeah.
Which is a type of chicken you can get at the store. A great comic concept there. Just fucking hanging. The bow is just drooping with the weight.
But here's the problem: how many
fruit.
other comics out there about chicken you can buy at the store?
Well, yeah, it's like you want to go back to the boar's head. Well,
yeah,
and it's like listen, if it was up to me, I'd do a comic about every meat in the range.
Boar's head.
Then I'd move on to the cheeses.
They're the company that's launched 1,000 webcomics.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you want to get mixed up in that?
No. People have made and lost fortunes making comics about their chicken. Jesus.
It's like, where do you want to start? Havarti Dill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a good one.
Cotswold cheddar.
Do you want to investigate the EverRoast for even a second here?
I don't.
It seems like the sort of thing that Tycho might come to Gabe upset about. Like, I just heard a radio commercial and nearly drove off the road. I tried to end it. If the guardrail wasn't stronger.
No, the guardrail hadn't been strong. If the guardrail hadn't been as strong as it was, it's like, I would have secured the release I sought. Is this still roasting?
Well, yeah, it's the best roast ever. I know about that roast.
I love that roast.
I love that roast.
No, you're a part of this.
Can't call your chicken the EverRoast. It's too much for chicken.
It can't handle it.
It's too much for chicken. It's too grand. It's too grand for chicken.
Oh God. It's like, I know it's an aggressive act. I know it's a hostile act, but it's like I have to do it. I have to make this fucking stupid comic about this chicken.
Do it.
I'm sorry. I have to listen. It's a disease.
And they don't know what to call it.
I have a disease. And it's a word disease.
Yeah.
Right here.
I thought of a word the other day, but I'm sure it has happened all the time. Lexicon man. Why would you throw that at me? I thought that was a cool word.
Oh. Okay, no. What people should know is that I did throw a
You threw
dirty
a fork at me. Yeah.
At Michael.
And in my head, I was like, I wonder what Jerry would think that was. What is a lexicon?
No, and now I understand.
Yeah.
Because I have already come up with an incredible phrase. The lexiconnoisseur.
Right. I know you're Lexcalibur. You're always doing shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing. And it's like you're coming into my, you're moving into my turf.
Well, I was just curious
with
what
this
you would...
prefix.
If given that word, what would you think that was?
I thought that you were teasing me.
No, I wasn't. Not this time. I can see why you would think that.
Yeah, listen, there's evidence.
The difference is it was my idea.
There's a history.
I did think of that.
No, so lexicon man. I thought it was like a lexiconnoisseur. It's like, oh, how about a lexicon man?
Oh no,
and I was like,
a lexicon man.
Gotta hurt you. But no, Lexicon Man is not bad at all.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know what he does, but like a lexicon man.
I would subscribe to that newsletter.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry that I threw a filthy fork at you.
It's okay.
You didn't deserve that.
No, I didn't. I was trying to honor you.
I see now the error of my ways. Here, I heard something on the radio that made me maybe try to end it all right there. If the guardrail
hadn't been so strong.
Yeah. Hadn't been...
I'd have discovered the sweet release I longed for. I saw it.
Oh, it was secured.
Secured, yeah. I would have secured the...
Release I longed for.
The release I longed for. Is it for that carpet place? No, shut up.
Secure the release that I've so long craved. No, the credit I've craved for so long.
I've craved for so long.
Have you ever heard of EverRoast? EverRoast chicken?
EverRoast chicken from Boar's Head? Oh, from Boar's Head, sure.
You're a fucking part of this.
You're a fucking part of this.
No, he's like supporting himself on the couch or chair like, you're a fucking part of this.
You're part of this, man.
Yeah, from Boar's Head.
Unless it was birthed by flavomancers, you can't call your chicken the EverRoast.
It's $2,000.
It's $2,000. It's $2,000 for chicken.
It's too highfalutin for chicken.
$2,000. I love grand.
Oh no, grand is there. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
For chicken.
Yeah, from Boar's Head. You're a fucking part.
You're a fucking part of this. I think that there's an opportunity there for his what would have to be done to this chicken. For it to be called
exactly. It's like
unless they did X.
EverRoast. Is it still roasting?
Yeah, it's the best chicken forever. It's the EverRoast. Oh, from Boar's Head, you're a part of this.
Yeah, from Boar's Head, you're a fucking part of this. Shut up.
Shut up.
You're a fucking part of this. Shut up. Even the word.
EverRoast, it's too much. It's $2,000 for chicken. Unless this roast rose on the third day. Unless this is the chicken that was dead and then rose again.
It's $2,000 for chicken. It's like, but the part I want to get in there is just the word. It's just like the implication is that it's perpetually roasting.
Right. Yeah.
Chicken cannot roast eternally.
Yeah. Unless there's some sort of sorcery involved. Chicken cannot roast eternally.
He wants to make it some goddamn philosophical treatise.
Yeah.
Chicken cannot roast eternally. The word is too much. It's $2,000 for chicken.
It's $2,000 for chicken.
Have you ever had it?
That's where you're wrong. In 1,000 years, this chicken will still be roasting, and you'll be long forgotten.
Was that Gabe?
Yeah. Your name will be Dust.
As Dust.
As Dust. In 1,000 years, this chicken will still be roasting, and you will be nothing. That's a weird way to go with it.
It's a weird way to go.
We don't have to.
No. Here, we'll go into the method, right?
Yeah.
Unless this fucking chicken, this fucking chicken rose on the third day and defeated Satan.
Rose on the third day and defeated Satan. It's just some fucking chicken. And honestly, if it did, I don't think it deserves to go in a sandwich.
Listen, let's entertain a universe where it did happen.
Is this really sandwich chicken? This is chicken on a cosmic scale.
Yeah, let's entertain a universe where that did happen.
We're talking about infinite chicken.
But I mean, that creates the argument for sandwich because the chicken is without end.
That's true.
You played yourself. Should we be making sandwiches with that chicken?
So they have created some kind of holy chicken. Some kind of holy infinite chicken. A chicken that exists outside time and space.
You're gonna fucking kill me, man. All right. Here.
You're gonna put that chicken on a sandwich? Is that sandwich?
What's your fucking moral framework?
Is that some sandwich chicken?
You're gonna put that on a sandwich? You're gonna put that chicken on a sandwich? It's something about there has to be something about the moral framework.
Yeah.
The moral framework that underpins this meat is built on sand.
Yeah, that's good.
We're done.
Oh, when I cast the pot, it's like I cast the rod, keeping it hard like a motherfucker gas robot.
I'm reeling cod, today's fresh catch. I mean a podcast, something about nets.
Yes, it gets better when it's wetter. I'm fettered by my fish gear, catch and release, get in that crease when my fish near.
Talk about a plant best laid off that stray, and yes, I crave that tuna with his peck fin splayed. But while I'm glistening from the whole sea, you better listen into TLC.
I got that wild caught salmon. It's tender and it's moist.
Downloadable content, a podcast of choice.